My Gavanen, Melunin, and well met indeed. I am Arakir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. Welcome back to Divide and Conquer, as we continue on as Dol Amroth in our Total War Submod campaign. There were no preset alliances or enemies at the start of this campaign. That submod has since been released some time ago. If you didn't catch the video, I uploaded it on, and I posted on Total War Center to say the same. I just didn't put it on ModDB. The video cards that come up at the end of the episode will have a link to that video in them. We are, of course, fighting Rohan, proving ourselves to be significantly more superior on the field than they are. Unfortunately, because whilst Rohan have more numerous cavalry, more readily available cavalry, slightly faster and more mass cavalry, or heavier cavalry I should say, what they don't unfortunately have is a ground force to support that superior cavalry. And so whilst I'm willing to concede that in terms of raw cavalry data, they have probably got the better of me, unfortunately they don't have any troops that can seal the deal, and we just outclass them. We outclass them. There's no two ways about it. They are weak and pathetic, and we will kill them all. And the unit I am, of course, referring to is our pike unit. Now, what I am going to try and do is very cheekily use the catapults in the semi-cheating method of deploying our forces at the entrance at the mouth of the bridge, and then putting the catapults in amongst them so that they can only hit the bridge. And we shall watch as the forces of Rohan wither away to absolute nothingness. Don't have as many archers as I would have hoped, though. But you can all nicely come and sit up there. Tell you what, go into that formation. There you go. Give yourselves a nice... Oh, I've already put them into shift 1 and then I undid them. There we are, sit like that. I'll move you guys in a moment. We've got even more pikes. Don't need those guardsmen. Definitely don't need the Lamadan. Get them out. Get the Rohirric cavalry out. We won't ask you to kill your own brothers just yet. That comes later. Pause! Now, they never actually do what you tell them to do here, and it's an absolute exercise in frustration to try and defend a bridge. But we'll give it a damn good try. Right, everybody kind of moving into positions that sort of work? Yeah, for now. You're free to just start firing at will, to be honest, and I'll give you targets in a moment. Up we go. The pikes are the key. Oh, that was a good shot. Oh, and another cracking strike. Turn the catapult around. There we go.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Alright, now feel free to fire at will. Let's see if they do it. Oh, that was a bit too close for comfort, wasn't it? Can you move slightly further forward? Where on earth are you going? No, just go to like there. Just move the pikemen out of the way.
Victory will be ours.
There you go, wherever you are. Just... Oh, come on. Oh, bugger. Bugger me. They've been caught. They've been caught. I'm not even at times 6. They're just genuinely being that harangued. In we go. Oh, it's because they're fleeing. The enemy is fleeing.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Oh, it's a slaughter. It is an utter slaughter. I didn't realise how many of them have actually died at the bridge. Ah, yes, it really is a slaughter. My word. Goodness gracious me. Don't worry about those guys running up there. I mean, who gives a damn about them? pull those guys back. Get the Amphalas to go there. You guys have done enough. Amphalas can cover you for now. Go for it. I think the enemy is actually just leaving. Those that have survived are just running away. They're not going to bother carrying on fighting in this. I'm interested to see what the stats are going to be at the end. We only lost actually 10%.
How our cowardly foe runs. The enemy are utterly vanquished. This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
We've got one catapult only hitting 52. No surprises there which one that is. And the other catapult killing only 42. The catapults did nothing. 171 Archer Militia, 152 Archer Militia, 174 Blackroot Vale, Pikemen 143, 113. Our catapults barely were nothing. They were nothing in that fight. That was an example of how powerful pikes are against standard cavalry. That was unbelievable. It's so annoying that the catapults don't work as you want them to do. They're so awful and yet so useful at the same time. I need to get into the habit of manoeuvring them better. Oh, Rohan. You can come at me with 10,000 and Imrahil will hold this bridge from you. Captain Enai. Just, again, hordes of cavalry. Captain Dernfara. He's actually got some forces this time. Some Helmingers on the ground and a few Yawling Spearmen. Oh, and some Aered Heavy Footmen. Alright. Alright. Round 2. I'm not going to try and do that same thing with the catapult that time because the risk of losing them is too high. Instead, we will just let them shoot onto the bridge at their leisure, with the archers in support and the javelins behind. I am quite tempted to just put the pikemen in a line like that and let them enemy just rush out into them and not use the bridge. I mean, they use their stupid mass thing anyway.
Fight for your honor.
Where our troops just get overwhelmed. I'm not too sure what to do. Whether we should just form a nice straight line, put the catapults behind, and then they can fire at their heart down the middle. I think we will. And we want the catapults to be able to just walk forwards in a straight line. Get those guys up. Those guys over there, take the guardians with you. Archers, same thing. Get yourselves across there. Rain hell on our foes. We've got some riders of Rohan and Lord Imrahil who will stand at the back. And I've missed someone. Oh yeah, there's Lamedans. Stay where you like, mate.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Of course they have. I want to build a solid pike wall. You have one objective. Stop the enemy getting to the catapults. Our catapults can win the day. Make it so. Get the javelins in there as well. Well, actually, you guys could go on the flank quite nicely, can't you, actually? Suddenly thought. I'll move you there for now, and I'll move you again in a moment. Feel free to fire at whatever you like. Guardsmen cover that side as well. And Lamedon, yeah, I suppose we can get you to come over here. There we are. You guys go there. Our pike line. Pikes down. Now do as you have been commanded and just hold that position.
Will be ours.
Oh, that was an excellent strike. Straight on the Helmingers as they crossed that bridge. Don't dismount from the catapults just because one Aered cavalry archer got through. Don't be so stupid. You're in position. Stay defending. Stay defending. They're all defending. Helmingers are running away, in fact. Oh, solid strike from the catapult there. Hordes of Rohan. Come atop the hill. Oh, another good one, another good one. No, you're set to fire at will. That means you do not move. Oh, why is there not a fire ground mode? We just can't trust them. We cannot trust them to fire at will anymore. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna gamble. Oh, you morons. This is going to be so bad, actually. This is a really bad idea. Oh, they're engaged in battle anyway. Right, now is the time. Yeah, a good strike catapults. 40% plays 6%. That catapult is still going. They haven't reached them yet. Yes, they have. Brilliant. Right, marvellous. Get the catapults out. Come on, come on.
Our men have slain the enemy general.
Oh, we're so overwhelmed.
Troops will lose their will to fight.
Oh, the catapults are moving. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, am I going to regret it? Yes, I am. They're in an awful position. Don't do it.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Archers, are you spent? Yes. In you go. Get out. Pull out. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, it doesn't matter. We've been successful again. Spiffing! Get you guys over there. You, and... No, leave the Amphalas again. Take those guys. Just get yourselves out. Who's up there? Oh, archers. No, just stay where you are. Amphalas, you guys move up a bit. In we go, up we go, do as you're told. Is that the enemy coming at us?
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Pikemen. Don't really know what our Amphalas pikes are doing, but they're holding, sort of. Why are you fighting again? Why are the farmhand pikemen still fighting me? Oh, bloody rush the buggers.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
What is happening? Why are they fighting on? Their whole army has abandoned them, like this, and the farmhand pikemen are gonna fight to the death. Am I really seeing that? Oh, there we go. Now they're buggering off. What on earth is happening here? Just pull the whole army back. Off we go. Ignore whatever is happening down there. I don't understand. The mass of dead bodies makes it impossible to see what's actually happening. The catapults are still fighting against someone. What? Just run over there. Get out of it. By my understanding, everyone has left. Why is this battle not ended? What is happening? I think all we can do is wait. I think someone on the battlefield somewhere has still not left yet. Oh, this is going to be annoying, isn't it? Well, there's no one within range of us. But the fact that I can still see that red unit there suggests to me that he's got a man somewhere on the battlefield still who can't escape. And because they haven't officially fled, it won't end. But I'm also interested to see why our catapult crew can't leave. Someone run at them. Imrahil, get down here. There we go. Well, that still hasn't solved it though. We've still got someone has not left the battlefield. This is why you turn the timer on. Christ's sake. If I go in full zoom, I can see. Yes, finally they left.
This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Look at those stats. How many men of Rohan have just bled, and how many men of Dol Amroth died defending it? Hardly any. We lost less than 500 men, and we've just killed over 4,000 sons of Rohan. Catapults this time getting 141, not too bad. The other one only getting 54, of course. 163, greatest kill, Lebanon Marines. Yes, well done, Marines. Well done indeed. Claiming not only the top spot, but also showing that Javelin troops still have a place in our Catapult and Archer Heavy Army. Unfortunately, this is just bringing to bear the fact that whilst cavalry is really overpowered when the human uses it, it is woefully underpowered when the AI uses it. And because Rohan is a completely cavalry-focused nation, they just can't stop us. They have no answer to our armies. And it's a shame, really. It is a shame. But cavalry is just the way cavalry is handled in this game. If you can stop it, like on a bridge battle. I mean, I grant you, if we were not on a bridge battle, I would probably lose. Yes, I've got 4 pike units and a very good commander, but they have a lot of cavalry. And the numbers would take it. But on a situation like that, on a bridge battle or in city battles, Rohan have nothing. They just can't stop us. But speaking of armies stopping us, Warlord Ishindiar certainly can stop us. We're probably going to go from a glorious battle to a horrific defeat. I don't feel like I really need to bother fighting this, though. That's the thing, though. We don't need to finish Harad off. I'm only really doing that just to claim extra land towards our goal. Ah, Dale's last stand has kicked in. Not since the Battle of 5 Armies have the men of Dale been in such desperate straits. The fields burn and the rivers running and Carnan run red with the blood of its brave defenders. The men and women of the Lake and Dale now unite behind the last remaining descendants of the bowmen, hoping beyond hope that once again the Black Arrow will be their saving grace. But should it not be enough, they will stand resolute behind him. Them. Whether clad in chain and plate or cloth and leather, whether wielding a sword or fishing spear, the men of Dale shall stand, and should this be their end, then all free peoples will hear of the heroic last stand of the sons of Girion. Oh, and the Vale of the Anduin. I didn't read that one. Should have read them both. King of Dale has died. No, thank you. Erebor expands. Anduin or Dale? Place your bets. Anduin. Dale! Dale falters indeed. The men of Dale have died. Ah, reinforcements come. Imrahil will not stand alone. We will stand as one.
Ready your weapons.
Anything we want to take from you? No, someone did say about how I could just leave one army here governing this crossing. But what I didn't necessarily mention, which should hold some bearing, is that I'm very concerned Mordor will eventually attack us. And this is just stopping them getting to Caer Andros. For the moment. We may need to refocus our attentions on Gondor's eastern side, to be honest. But Umbar haven't really done very well against Harad, and neither have Khand. I would have thought that my attacks and what I have done down here should be enough to get the ball rolling and get Khand and Umbar to finish them off. But they've not done that. They've dallied, and the enemy is free to roam.
As you wish. We can go no further today. March to exhaustion, continuing later.
Now we've got to get Adriel back. Go and stand on that bridge. That'll give you at least a boost, won't it? Oh, quite a big boost, actually. You got some good archers there. Our port city is quite cut off. And we're getting a Mason's Guild house, that's good. And we've got a Mason's Guild here as well, and Baluster Towers. So we just go through the upgrades. Ah, and our army is indeed gathering. Where are you going? Oh, I sent you back, didn't I? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I do know where you're going, and I do know who you are and what your purpose here is. Ah, you guys do not need to be there. Everyone should kind of shuffle this way, I think, because sooner or later we're going to be fighting Mordor. There's no two ways about it. So, send the Marines to Western Osgiliath. Send the cavalry to the fort we do own.
As you wish.
Mordor will not sit by for long. Any units are good units as well, because of course the AI doesn't necessarily think, oh, those are cavalry, I'll easily beat them. The AI just sees troops, and if it thinks it can beat those troops, it will try it. So by just chucking more forces into a city, even if to your very clear thinking mind they are crap units, it's still more units for the enemy to think about. And even a unit that only does 1 damage and 1 defense is an extra little 1 on the counter that the AI is using to work out whether or not it can beat you. So always do try and turn the odds to your favour. Keep the odds in your favour. Although when the AI has a full banner army like that and very few enemies, then of course sometimes the deck is stacked too heavily against you no matter what you do. But you can still give it a good try. Oh, diplomatic information. Lothlorien and Mirkwood... Lothlorien and Rohan have broken their alliance, and Linden and Dunedain have allied. Interesting. Now, someone's coming back to lead the... Ah, oh, Lasanic Axemen, change the subject. Yes, please. Take small pikemen. This army is not going to join Imrahil. He's going to sit on that bridge, basically winning. And unintentional humour there. Take the pikemen, you can merge with them. And he'll just hold Rohan there for the moment. And a secondary army is being trained in the towns and regions in our safe zone. From Dol Amroth, of course. And he stands ready. This army is going to roam the land, gathering forces. That's why the boat's here, isn't it? Itheland, can you give anything to this fun little party? Yes, I'll take those. Not going to waste those in there, are we?
Well met there, foreigners of the fleet!
Head back to Methrast, where you'll pick up even more forces.
We can go no
Tolfalas, are you presenting anything? No, you're not. You guys are heading back to Dol Amroth to retrain. So you're no use to us out there. In here in Falmerland have already offered up their bounties. We've got catapult troops coming from there. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coming from there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 2 units have to go. Well, I'll tell you what then. I'm training some pikemen somewhere, aren't I? Where am I training the pikemen? Minas Tirith. Don't bother with them. And I will not use that baluster. Perfect. Oh, Barragund, what's your bodyguard? Nimrodel Rangers. But Nimrodel Rangers aren't the best thing to use against Rohan, really, are they? No, Imrahil will probably take over this army that I'm sending into the heartlands of Rohan. And whoever is leading this army, Araglas, he will become the Guardian of the Gate. Or the Guardian of the Bridge, sorry. Get me... Blacksmith. Playing with my throat there. Angbarosta's upgraded. Perfect. Cheaper buildings. Mines. Oh, you only give 200 and you cost 7,790. Mason's Hall, methinks. Brethil Communal Farming is going for Mason's Hall as well. Tirothride built a leather tanner. Go for the next tier, yeah. It's very annoying that there are those little bugs that the game never got rid of. And these are, of course, bugs in relation to if you build a leather tanner or any form of blacksmith and your troops can actually upgrade, then they will be trained with that upgrade. But if you build a building that gives them experience points, you have to retrain them. And it's such an annoying bug that the developers of the game never, for some reason, fixed. I can't tell you for why, but it's annoying as all hell. And it's frustrates me to no end. It makes me actively not want to build buildings that give experience bonuses, because I know that all of my troops are going to take an extra turn to train, and I just can't be bothered. So I don't. And that's not the way you should go. Oh, Mordor won't like it if I take that fort, actually. Go and sit in that fort, get some free upkeep. I'm happy to leave Adrihil on the bridge, to be honest. It means Umbar should then hopefully be able to take Tal al-Jaf without any repercussions from Harad, because can't border there. And so this is Harad's only real way in other than that bridge. And to get to that bridge, the army under Ishindiar has got to come across all the way out here, and that's a long way for the AI. They won't like that kind of route calculation. You guys make your way to Minas Tirith. That's where Admiral Baimeldir is going to drop off the army.
Mariners of the fleet!
The army assembles. Pull everybody back. The army that will then be led by Imrahil and is hopefully very pike heavy is going to march straight through to Edoras. We will install the Swan banner atop the hall of Meduseld, and Rohan will crumble beneath us. Unfortunately, once the weak and pathetic nation of Rohan falls, Isengard will take their place, because we're allied to Gondor, who are at war with Isengard, and we will be pulled into that war. So, and Isengard will actually give us a run for our money. Unlike the Horse Lords, Isengard have very resolute and formidable ground forces, and they will actually be able to do something.
March to exhaustion, continuing later. Your will, my lord. Yes, orders. By your command.
I bet you can all retrain. Oh, yeah, God.
My lord.
Too many to retrain.
Orders. Your will, my lord.
There are too many of them here.
March to orders. As you
Oh, is that another...
Your will,
oh, yeah, look, you're miles away, mate. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. You won't even arrive in time.
Yes. Ships ready. Set sail. Your will, by your command.
There we are. If I've taken too many, I'll drop off like the guardsman. The guardsman. What's happened here? Dunland and Linden are at war, and the Misty Mountains and the Khazad-dûm have declared a truce. Itheland built its Mason's Guild House. Ah, good. What can you do for me then, Itheland? Anything that gives me money, please. Thank you very much. We've got plenty of it, but we'd like more of it. Tarnost, you can get me a siege works. Yes, please. And that one. Few turns, but we'll hopefully get some trebuchet out into the field. I never really got to show them off in the Gondor campaign, and I'd like to show them off now in the Dol Amroth campaign. Western Osgiliath got an extra free upkeep slot. That's good. Don't bother with the road. You're going to have to be a bit more... oh, yeah, barracks. Sorry, that is what I'm after. You're going to have to be a bit more military focused if we are to survive and endure this. Rohan probably won't bother us now, I don't think. We've ruined them there so many times. They won't want to face our armies. Unfortunately, it's not actually a very good bridge battle, which is a shame. The battle map is a bit naff, and that sucks. Why aren't Mordor going for Henethanoon? I need to get him on the other side of the map. We can't do that unless that falls.
Protect the blood of Numenor.
Come on, Mordor. Get your bloody asses in gear. Right, last thing to do before the turn ends. Queue up units that we want to retrain and go for it. Rohan still don't have the balls to take us at the bridge. Now, the reason that Rohan do quite well as the AI, if they ever do well as the AI, or the reason that they at least hold as the AI, is there is one little stat that you can edit which affects a unit's performance in auto-resolve. It doesn't compensate wholly for how poor cavalry do in the auto-resolve, but it at least covers some of the ground that is left between infantry and cavalry in auto-resolve calculations. And in an attempt to make Rohan at least viable as the AI, we boosted that stat for all of their cavalry quite substantially. So as an auto-resolve, they should be at least okay, but they're never going to be as good as, say, nations like Isengard, who can totally hold their own in those kinds of situations. Dunedain and Dunland are at war. Lothlorien and Rohan are allies. Lothlorien and Mirkwood have declared truce, so that lasted all of no time at all. Pelagia got a royal hall. Not entirely certain why. Kyrandros got its barracks. Brilliant. Well done, men. More free upkeep. What's the best you've got? 6 free upkeep. So the reason the catapults are not free is because I must have not made catapults have free upkeep as an ability. No, that's stupid, isn't it? Is that a bug? Catapult upkeep. Let me write that down. Catapult upkeep. Hopefully I can... Well, I can solve that, but it's annoying that that is the case at the moment. Get the next back. Smith Barracks. Dominion of Isengard don't like me. Nose rises there. Oh, Wardens of the White Tower. Yes, please. Solid unit. No, that's not the last thing I did before the turn ends, is it? I'm going to have to go back and do that again.
Orders. As you wish. Your will, my lord. Yes.
And the other troops that you can train, actually, do train. Let's just get rid of those. Do train more units, because they're going to be needed in the defence of Western Osgiliath.
Mariners of the fleet.
Orders.
You can go there, they get free upkeep, actually, don't they? There you go. Boom. Job's a good one. By Meldir, bring your forces north.
The fleet cannot
You can't go
sail
north. That's as far as you can go.
there. Fine day to sail.
Gondor bloody blocking you in. Bloodthirsty Gondorians. Don't know when to let sleeping dogs lie, do they? How are you doing down here, Adriel? Oh, they've left you. They've divvied out their forces and they've buggered off. Our diplomats, actually.
Yes,
always
happy to deal with you, trusted
Yes, they
friend.
have military access.
I do not believe... Good day to you.
They're not down with that. I think we've only recently got map information. And they don't want to update us still further. We are, after all, still a nation that they would consider potential enemies. Even if we are, of course, naught but gracious and noble allies with the realm of Umbar. I have naught but pity for them. We 3 Númenórean nations must stand together against all oncomers. Just doing everything I can to not fight Mordor. Same thing as the Dale campaign. Absolutely everything I can to not go to war with Mordor. Currently, I'm not actually at war with them, if you are uncertain. We are neutral nations. They're just a bit bloodthirsty. And they are, of course, at war with Gondor, but... No, thank you. The Umbar fleet still attacks Mithlond. Lynn here got a governor's quarters. Have you got a port? Yes. I'm so tempted to build those buildings, but unless you have low upkeep or you particularly want a larger garrison, they're no longer as useful. So it is better to just go... It's just natural, because that building used to lower the upkeep cost of buildings. It's natural for me to click on that one first. But it shouldn't be that way anymore. Now that's the best mason saw you're going to get, so we want roads first, then take some mines. You're not as important as you were once. Mirkwood and Lorien are again at war. Lorien and Rohan have again broken their alliances. Khand and Umbar have allied, yes! Lorien and the Misty Mountains have allied. This is all news of a good kind. Who did we just train that we want to take out of here? You, and 1 unit of pikes, I believe.
Orders. As you wish.
To the front lines. Oh, we've got spare generals knocking around as well, haven't we? Elfir. You're going to become the guard. No, that's stupid. Baragund is a much better general in a city.
Protect the blood of Númenor.
You over there.
Ready your weapons.
You go out and do that. Elfir, you head over to Calenhad, just because I couldn't move the other guy. Oh, we can get some of those. I'll take those instead of archers, yes please. And take another unit of them. Just keep throwing units until we no longer really need them. By Meldit.
Mariners of the fleet.
Bring the army up.
Full sail, my lord. Yes.
Right, from this ragtag battalion, our greatest army will form. A couple of elites thrown in, a couple of good, solid archers. Mostly just made up of all line infantry. Solid, dependable line infantry. You can take another unit, so... Train both of those and send those out.
By your command.
Calenhad will be alright. Oh, voice has gone again. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Right, well, I'm going to bring the episode to a close in the next turn. I didn't retrain anything. Oh. Bugger! That's because I was going to end turn then, and then I decided, nah, screw it, go one more. I'm going to do a toggle fog of war again to see what the world looks like. See how it's all shaping up with the lovely Total War submod in play. Hopefully, carnage, chaos, and utter disarray is beset. No. Has befallen the nations of Middle-earth. Interesting tidbit for you. Middle-earth is also the name oft used for the realm of humans in Norse mythology. Midgard is also frequently called Middle-earth. So much of this plucked right out of the pages of Norse myth. Almost sours the opinion of Tolkien a little when you realise how much of it he did borrow in the initial stages. It doesn't really, I'm just suggesting that it's a bit of an eye-opener to see how much of a similarity there really is. Khazad-dûm and Lothlorien have formed an alliance. Admiral Bymeldir can get past. Perfect. And is now only a day away, which is how long they're all going to take. We've got a lot to retrain, so it doesn't matter about the retraining. You guys are going in there. That catapult unit is annoying me. If it can't be free upkeep, then send it out. What the hell? You'll be alright out there. We've now got a solid garrison and commander in there. Oh, Rohan are going all the way around. They hate us so much. Bastards. Utter bastards. Dol Amroth, which should be our greatest training centre, is one of our worst locations. How disappointing is that? Minas Tirith, though, is quite a good training hub. With the highest tier of barracks by the looks of it. Army, all the way up to army. Doesn't have... What level of smithing do we have here, though, actually? Only a leatherworker. Why have we not got anything more than a leatherworker? What do we need? Communal farming. So that's going to be next. Because we need that leatherworker. And then we can actually get armour on our units. That's really annoying that we don't have a leatherworker. That's bloody annoying. I am going to cheat, just to show you all how it's done, and because I'd like our army to have nicer aesthetics. So, Minas Tirith is going to be renamed to A. We're going to cheat our way to it. I'm not going to cheat any money to myself, so if we run out of money doing this, and we run out of money, let's assume that with the war now taking a steep turn, assets are being put aside to ensure that temporary blacksmith all the way up to Númenórean armour, what the hell, cheat all the way. Let's assume that it has become of need now for Minas Tirith to house the finest blacksmith available, and we've used assets from somewhere else, I don't know. I rename it to A, by the way, because it makes it so much easier to cheat. It's easier to type the name if it's only a letter long than it is to type Minas Tirith every time. Although once you've typed it once, you can just repeat the process. But still, typing A. But then you still have to type it because you've then got to rename it. So it probably wouldn't have been quicker, actually. So ignore that. Ignore all of that.
Ships ready.
But I shan't take you another turn. I shall end the episode there. So Rohan really learnt why we are better than them today, and Harad obviously don't have the balls to take us, but I did say I was going to toggle Fog of War, and I've not done that. So Harad's still holding on, but Mordor have got Kizilkum, Christ, and Kantar the Inquisitor. Oh, of course, the Blue Wizard script kicked in, didn't it, and shook Khand by the balls. Khand are at war with Mordor. Perfect. And now they're allied to Umbar, who are allied to me. I'm allied to Khand. Our little Númenórean alliance, and we're using the Wildmen as our shield at the moment. But that must be why... Well, I'm surprised Tal al-Jaf has not fallen. I don't understand what Umbar are doing, why they don't consider this important. Their entire nation has a single enemy, and they have a town that borders them, and they're not trying to take it. They're just sitting around like ducks. That's correct, like ducks. Krukboy Adler, by the way, don't get used to this region. It's going to go. You can try and guess if you like where it's going to go to, but it's going to go. Dorwinion still holding Dorwinion, but Rune have now moved all the way around them. Dol Guldur have utterly obliterated Rovanion. Dale fell to Erebor and the Woodland Realm in an alliance of the Scoia'tael. They have crushed the Dalesmen. Now, I don't know. They've got enemies and allies knocking about. But No one has Fangorn in this version. Fangorn's also gone, by the way. This is no longer a region. It now just forms part of the Adreichan region, Limelight Fields. So there's that. Angmar have interesting holdings. How did they get Buzra Doom? Linden and Northern Dunedain allied, but remember Bree are allied to Angmar. It's all a bit of a... It's all over the place up here. But Dunland... Was that Dunland at war with Northern Dunedain? Or Dunland... Yes, they're at war with the Dunedain. So the Dunedain are only allied to Linden and the Misty Mountains, but they are at war with Angmar, who are also at war with the Misty Mountains. And it looks like Ered Luin hasn't come into the play. They're at war with Angmar. Oh, and they are allied to Linden. So Linden, Ered Luin, and the Northern Dunedain are fighting against Angmar. But this time, Angmar are allied to Bree and not allied to the Misty Mountains. So there'll be a bit of tension on this border, especially when the Misty Mountains have few enemies to go for. And down here, of course, Gondor doing well. They've taken Balorn, but they have lost Cirith Ur. This is why Faramir needs to bugger off. If I cheat move him, he will try and move back. He will. I just know it. And the reason Mordor aren't pressing hard is because Khand is more interesting to them at the moment.
A profound honor.
Palando holding that side, and Rune knocking about. That's Lokhan Rukar.
I stand here unthreatened by you.
What's Rukar doing down here? He's not at war with them. Oh, he is. Oh, sorry, Khand. I was looking at the Haradrim one. Yeah, you're at war with Rune as well. Ah, dear. You must really be in trouble then. We probably should step it up. But if Umbar aren't going to take Tal al-Jaf, then by Jove, we bloody well will. Adrahil, new target.
Slay them!
Slay them!
Let us set up camp here.
Anywho, there we are for now. So I do hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed that. And I look forward to whatever comes next. The next rotations. I recorded this on a Monday night and you're watching it on a Saturday. So there's much to come between now and then. But until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Naden Pedimad Melunin, and farewell.